When things go wrong in life, our mind tends to react before we even have time to think. A message we don't like. A plan that collapses. A person who says something hurtful. A sudden problem we didn't expect. The mind jumps, tightens, contracts, and creates an inner storm. The Buddhist approach to staying calm is not about pretending everything is fine, and it's not about forcing yourself to smile while you're suffering. It's about understanding what happens inside you in the very first seconds of difficulty, and learning how to work with your mind instead of against it. Calm is not something you wait for to appear. Calm is something you create, moment, by understanding the way the mind works. When things go wrong, the mind immediately generates a story. This is bad. I can't handle this. Why is this happening to me? But the Buddha explained that the problem is almost never the event itself. The real problem is the mind's reaction to the event. There is the situation, and then there is the extra suffering we add on top of it. Most people live inside the extra suffering without even realizing it. Buddhist teachings say that all experiences pass through three layers: the raw event, the feeling that follows, and the reaction that becomes our habit. Something happens. You feel something. Then you react. Most people jump directly to reaction. But if you want to stay calm when everything goes wrong, you must slow down those first two steps. You need to see what's happening the moment it arises. This is the core of mindfulness, turning on the light inside your mind so you can see clearly instead of reacting blindly. Imagine someone insults you. The raw event is just sound entering your ears. The feeling is tightness, annoyance, hurt. The reaction is either fighting back, shutting down, or mentally replaying their words for the next 3 hours. The problem is not the sound. The problem is the reaction we create because we don't understand the feeling that appears. To remain calm, you don't need to pretend the insult doesn't affect you. You simply observe the feeling without building a story around it. Oh, this is what anger feels like. This is what disappointment feels like. When you recognize the feeling, it loses its power to control you. Awareness breaks the chain. One of the strongest Buddhist insights for staying calm is realizing that thoughts are not facts. Thoughts are only mental events passing through the mind. When something bad happens, the mind creates dozens of thoughts automatically: blame, fear, self-criticism, future worries. If you believe each thought, you get lost in the mental storm. But if you observe thoughts the way you observe clouds passing through the sky, you create distance. You see the thought arise, stay for a while, and fade. When you don't attach yourself to thoughts, the thoughts lose their weight. Calmness is not the absence of thoughts, calmness is the absence of attachment to thoughts. Another important teaching is understanding impermanence. Every situation is temporary. Every mood is temporary. Every problem is temporary. The mind feels like the problem will last forever, but it never does. When you understand deeply that everything is changing, your emotions, your life, your circumstances, you don't panic when things go wrong. You know that even this moment is moving. Even this difficulty is flowing. Staying calm doesn't mean you avoid problems. It means you see them as waves rising and falling. You learn to surf instead of trying to stop the ocean. Buddhism also teaches the power of the pause. In the middle of a stressful moment, one breath of awareness can change everything. Just one conscious breath interrupts the automatic reaction. When you breathe and feel the body, your nervous system begins to slow down naturally. Suddenly you have space. You gain a moment of clarity. You can respond instead of react. The pause is small, but it is powerful. It is the doorway back to calm. Even monks use this technique constantly. One breath, one moment, one reset. You can do this anywhere, in the middle of an argument, during stress at work, or when life throws something unexpected at you. Another reason we lose calm is because we resist reality. When something unpleasant happens, the mind says, "This should not be happening." That resistance creates tension, anger, stress. Acceptance in Buddhism does not mean giving up or liking the situation. Acceptance simply means acknowledging reality as it is right now. You stop fighting with the present moment. Once you stop fighting reality, your energy becomes available for a clear response. Resistance wastes energy. Acceptance returns your strength. Calm grows naturally when you stop trying to push life into a different shape. The Buddha also taught that our expectations are the source of much of our suffering. We expect people to behave in certain ways. We expect life to follow our plans. We expect success without setbacks. Expectation makes the mind rigid. When things do not go the way we expect, the mind feels shocked, betrayed, frustrated. To stay calm, we train ourselves to hold expectations more lightly. This does not mean you stop planning or hoping for good results. It simply means you understand that life has its own movement. When the mind is flexible, difficulties do not break you. You bend, you adjust, you adapt. Flexibility is a form of strength. Another important teaching is compassion toward yourself. When everything goes wrong, many people become their own enemy. They blame themselves. They criticize themselves. They speak harshly to their own mind. This inner violence destroys calm. Buddhism teaches gentle awareness. You observe your mistakes without attacking yourself. You treat yourself the way you would treat a close friend. Calm comes naturally when your inner voice becomes kind instead of punishing. A soft heart is not weakness, it is inner protection. One of the most powerful Buddhist principles for staying calm is seeing the bigger picture. The mind gets trapped in the small detail of the moment, the problem, the fear, the loss. But if you zoom out, the situation becomes less threatening. Ask yourself, will this matter in a year? Will this matter in 5 years? Is this really worth my peace? Most of the time, the answer is no. The situation is temporary, but your peace is far more valuable. When you shift perspective, the emotional weight of the moment becomes lighter. The mind relaxes. Another teaching is letting go. Not as a concept but as a practice. Letting go does not mean forgetting or ignoring. It means releasing your grip. You stop replaying the situation. You stop holding the pain tightly. You stop feeding the reaction. Letting go is like unclenching your fist after holding something too tightly. The moment you open your hand, the tension leaves. Letting go is one of the greatest sources of inner calm, because it frees you from carrying unnecessary suffering. And finally, staying calm when everything goes wrong is not a skill you master once. It is a practice you return to again and again. Every difficulty becomes a training moment. Every challenge becomes a teacher. Instead of seeing problems as obstacles, you can see them as opportunities to strengthen your mind. The more you practice awareness, acceptance, breathing, and non-attachment, the easier it becomes to remain balanced even in the middle of chaos. Calmness becomes your default state, not because life becomes easier, but because your mind becomes wiser. The Buddhist path is not about escaping life. It is about meeting life with clarity and courage. When things go wrong, you can choose to be overwhelmed, or you can choose to use that moment as a step toward deeper inner peace. Calmness is not a gift you receive from the outside. It is a skill you develop inside yourself. And with practice, it becomes one of the strongest powers you can carry through your entire life. Thanks for watching. Our channel is new and needs your support. In our channel you can find many videos on the history and philosophical teachings of Buddhism. Please subscribe to our channel to support the teachings of Buddha on YouTube. You can download our app from Google Play. Get notifications, daily quotes from Buddha, guided meditation methods, articles about Buddhist wisdom and sutras from Pali Canon. Discover inner peace, cultivate mindfulness, and unlock the infinite wisdom of the Buddha with this app. Download link below.